Welcome back to Afternoon Break. It's a destination you may not have considered for a fun family day trip, or more likely you've never even heard of it before.
There's a good chance. Southern Forest World has been around though for more than 4 decades now, but it's often overlooked or just forgotten altogether, despite one of the most unique attractions you may ever experience. So I went to see it for myself and discovered there is much more than meets the eye.
So many people will tell me that they've rode by this building and don't know what we are, doesn't bother to stop and come in.
What they are, nearly hidden amongst the trees in Waycross, Georgia, is Southern Forest World.
Southern Forest World is a museum that is all about the forest.
And as you step inside, the forest is there to greet you.
Welcome to Southern Forest World.
Visitors will get a crash course on all things forest, from trees,
Cypress trees growing in the water,
to the dangers of deforestation,
and you can see they start having a problem with erosion.
the animals who live there,
I tell girls, I said, can you imagine having to paint those?
and all the different types of products that come from the forest, some of which may surprise you.
These are authentic. They did come from NASA, so anything that's plastic has wood fibers in it.
More than enough to keep it interesting for Southern Forest World manager Bertha Sue Dixon.
I basically learn something here every week, you know, just something that I did not know I pick up.
And just like those other famous worlds out there, Southern Forest World has plenty of unique attractions.
I tell everybody this is my speed right here.
Like a 250-year-old saw timber,
If you see this side, you can really tell it.
a tree that grew inside another tree, a hollowed-out tree, a piece of a tree that dates back to the
It was
Pilgrims.
also still standing when the first man walked on the moon.
Oh, and this,
This is our mummified dog,
or as you likely know him,
Stuckie.
Stuckie was found about 28 feet up inside of a chestnut oak back in the 1980s, left nearly perfectly preserved.
All your oak trees has acid, so that's what mummified him, but being hollow also helped him because it gave what they call a chimney effect, so the scent went out the top, so anything that was normally attracted to dead flesh didn't realize he was in there. But it also, if we wanted to mummify something, we would use chemicals to dry the fluids up. His was that natural flow of air going by his body.
They believe he was trained to hunt raccoons, which is probably what led him up this tree.
You can actually tell how good a dog he was, because he really tried to get through this hole. Would you believe our mummy is a dog?
But whether it's because of Stuckie or maybe just curiosity, Bertha Sue hopes to see more people coming through their doors to explore and learn about the beauty and importance of our southern forest.
I have tried to put Southern Forest World in the limelight since I've been here. I would have to say that's what brings me back every day.
So cool, but of course, my heart is heavy.
I know you. Oh, poor Stuckie. Yeah, it's it's kind of sad. But like she said, Stuckie was such a good dog, so committed to getting after that raccoon for food or whatever it might have been. Yeah, and now he's got his forever home.
He does. It's a really positive spin on it, and very, very cool. And you're right. He was doing what he was, made to do.
Right.
But it's the
I know.
Well,
Well, what are the odds they find
Time.
just cutting down a tree, 20-some feet up, they find a dog?
I would have loved to have seen the person's face.
Oh my, yeah, right. Like what? It
would have been so
Is
startling.
that a prank? Yeah, it's unreal. But they had so many cool things. I really love. Like she said, people drive by all the time. You can forget they're there. They have a lot of great stuff just about forestation and all this kind of stuff, which is really neat to check out. Southern Forest World, they're actually going to be celebrating 42 years this coming May. They plan to have plenty of events and always invite the public to come on out and celebrate with
It could be
them.
a fun field trip. I know it's far away, but that would be a lot of fun to take kids and just learn about the history.
There's a lot there, that's
There
for
is.
sure.
Well, after the break, I sit down with a climate protection expert here in the